Okay, so my name is Jonathan Wigleitner, and this is week 4, and I did chapter 5, at least the first half of chapter 5. And this is my video for the visual connection between the first half of the chapter and a modern connection. Um, so I chose the song Learning by Kane Brown. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you probably know that song since Kane Brown has kind of become pretty popular. But the first reason why um, the song is able to relate to the book and that time period is Kane Brown is mixed, so he's African American and white. And so some of the slaves in the book, they were mixed, like Frederick Douglass, he believed to have been half white and half black, even though he was still a slave. Sorry, I said 20%. Um, but so Kane Brown is mixed, and so that relates to already some struggles that I'll tell you about later that he can relate to, and that people in the book could relate to now. So the second one, so Kane Brown had a stepdad, and so his stepdad did beat Kane when he was younger, growing up, and so his father could be viewed as like the slave owner, um, since he did beat Kane, and since there was some abuse there and physical violence, that could relate to how some of the slaves were treated as well. Um, and the second part is in the song, um, his mom is in the. He mentions his mom quickly in the song, but his mom is working a lot because I believe in a different documentary about that I watched about the song and the relation with it. His stepdad did not work, so his mom could be viewed as the mistress in the song, and the reason for that would be because his mom, worked and was not there too often to support him, um, just like the mistress in Frederick Douglass's case, where she took care of him and was trying to teach him how to learn and everything, and how to read and write, and she just kind of was only there for support and to make him feel better. She wasn't really there while he was at work and everything like that. And the fourth one is Kane Brown's grandmother is in the song, and he refers to her as a detective, but he more often goes there when his mom goes to work, um, and his grandmother in this case could also be viewed as a possible mistress, as in reference to a different mirror, or what was the other one? So, just like how at the beginning when Frederick Douglass is talking about how he was raised by his grandmother and his grandfather, they took good care of him. He always had food. He had a straw bed and a cover and clothes and everything like that. He didn't know he was a slave at that time. So that can refer back to that part. And then the main verse of the song, um, it is, so the main verse talks about how he's learning to forgive and forget. And so that could go back to how all the slaves that were tortured and had punishments, they had to continue to move on every day and either deal with the fact that this is the life that they're going to have to live, or they would retaliate, try and run away, and have to possibly deal with another punishment when they return. And then for the fifth one, when Caden Brown is entering middle school, his family doesn't have a whole lot of money, so and he's still mixed, so he's African and white. So he was picked on, wasn't really able to fit in very well with his middle school, and since he didn't have much money, he didn't have nice clothes. So this relates to possibly a slave or African American who was freed, who went north, didn't have much of anything, didn't have new clothes, clean clothes. They just kind of wore rags as clothes, and since they were African American, they had a harder time fitting in and finding a job. And then, sorry, that was Ice Maker. And then later in the song, Kane Brown talks about how some of his friends overdosed and killed themselves with guns and everything like that. And some of them took on a life of crime because they were trying to obtain things for their family so they could have, some more money, some food, and stuff like that. And so that relates back to the book, how there was a reference in the one, I think it was like page 112 or 113, how some of the people in New York, um, the African Americans there were viewed as criminals, mainly just because of the color of their skin. But some of them did have to take the life of crime and, stealing things from people so that way they could have some money or have some food for themselves especially, or possibly they had a family already. And those are my connections with the book now and something that is modern. Thank you.